It's inevitable. Pokemon 151 will have a reprint. Now, I know I'm not 100% sure, but I'm about 90% sure at this point. There was a post on Reddit showcasing that distributors have asked to put their orders in. Here's the link here that I found, and I'm showcasing it to you guys. So that being said, it looks like this is actually going to take place. Am I happy about it? Of course I am. I mean, who doesn't like opening Pokemon 151? Personally, I really didn't think there was going to be an English reprint because, again, my thought process was that the Japanese version had it because they had the Master Ball reverse holos. And, you know, if you want to master that set, you really need to open a lot more product, or a lot more product needs to be available. But I was wrong, and it looks like there is going to actually be a reprint of 151, and I'm excited for it. So today we're going to dive into which products we think are going to be a part of this reprint, some of the products that may not make the 151 reprint, as well as some of the singles that may take a hit due to this reprint, and your opportunity to, of course, grab them. So we're going to start by looking at the UPC from Pokemon 151. Of course, I've talked about the UPC many times, and I've talked about picking it up actually, as it is a very good price, and it is available both on the Canadian and the US Costco sides right now for a very, very respectable price. Right now, as per TCG Player, the UPC is going for about $119, or that's what the value is. If we look at Costco Canada, it's $129 Canadian, and then if we look at Costco USA, it's about $90 US. There are other 151 products available between Canada and the US. As you can see, we have the Zapdos and Alakazam box still available. And then on the US side, we have the 151 ETB, which includes the 2 tins, which is actually a decent price. But again, if you're looking for just 151, you may want to push over to the UPC side when purchasing this. Now, is this product going to be reprinted? I can't say for sure, honestly. I'm leaning towards a no, because there's been so much output of it with Costco having the restock, and there's just been so much of it at Costco available, and still available. It's been available for like 2 or 3 months now. And again, just from a manufacturing concept, it's quite a large box to remake. So I would lean towards a no on the UPC side. So again, I think this is still a very decent price. I would hold off just for a month or two to see what's actually happening, if there really truly will be the reprint at this point because of this news. But again, if you're someone that just wants to rip into some stuff and you really want to do it, then go for it from Costco. Again, $90 US or 120 ish Canadian is still not too bad for the UPC. So my vote for this one, I don't think the UPC will have a reprint, nor do I think the Zapdos and the Alakazam boxes will have a reprint, so I'm not going to really talk about that one today. The next product is the ETB. This one is a sure shot. I think for sure if they're going to have the reprint, it's going to be 151 ETBs. It's just the easiest product to reprint out of all of them. Again, they make ETBs for pretty much every set that comes out. It's a good product in the sense of how many packs you're getting to the value of the actual box, because again, don't forget, this set doesn't have any booster boxes that come with it, so the only way you're going to get a good amount is either the UPC, the ETB, and the next product that we'll talk about, which will be the mini boxes. So again, the ETB I think will have a reprint, currently going for about $65. Again, I would hold off 100% on buying ETBs right now for Pokemon 151, because there's probably going to be a decline in this price. I would say even a $10, $15, maybe even a $20 decline once the reprint happens, if it happens. The next product we're going to look at is the 151 booster bundle box, the mini booster bundle that comes with this 6 booster packs. I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't know if this is going to actually have a reprint. I'm kind of 50-50, and I'll give you my reasoning why. But before we get into that, this one is going for $49. It's quite up there for 6 booster packs. Now, if you are an investor and you're looking to sell sealed products in the future or whatnot, you may want to consider buying the booster bundle display rather than just the single one, because it's a much easier product to sell and you can probably profit off it a little bit more. So the display cases are actually going for about $480. So if you do the math, it's a little bit less than buying a single one, about $45 per one item. And again, if there is going to be a reprint, we will see this one decline a little bit as well. Now, my thought process on it actually having one or not having a reprint, I personally don't think it will. And the reason why is because, again, going back to the whole manufacturing concept of this, if you notice that Pokemon switched the way that they make the boxes for their mini booster bundles, they're more of like a square shape now. As you can see, here's an example of it with Twilight Masquerade, and the previous couple sets have also been looking like this at this point. And this one is the old style where it's the little rectangular box here. I don't know, I feel like they've just changed the way they make it, and they may have just stopped making those kind of boxes. And again, if they have a stock available somewhere in their manufacturer, then sure, but I don't really see that being reprinted. I think again, based on this concept that I've come out with. I could be totally wrong when I'm saying this, but you know what? It's a fair concept, and it may just be the case where they don't actually reprint this product. It'd be cool to have it reprinted because you know what? A little bit of a dip in price, maybe you'll see it at $35 to $40 and might make it more affordable for everyone out there to buy it. But again, if you are investing in it, I would definitely go with the display rather than the single item. It's just an easier item to sell. And again, when it comes to shipping and all that, you don't want to ship those boxes because it just gets quite expensive. So now let's look at the actual cards that are in this, the most sought after ones, I would say. And of course, we're going to have to start it off with Charizard EX. So this card has essentially been between the $130 and $100 mark throughout the entire almost year now that it's been out, currently sitting at $117. Obviously, my statement to everyone is going to be hold off on buying this card. If we see the reprint, we're going to see a dip in this card. It's going to be a little bit more affordable. And if you really want to just grab the card, then you can buy it at that point. My thoughts on this card itself, again, I've mentioned it before. I'm not a super fan of this Charizard. Again, I don't like the fact that he's like super small in the card and the artwork takes out more out of it. And again, that's just my opinion of it. Some people may actually like it. I personally don't. I prefer some of the other cards in this set than the Charizard. But again, we have to touch on the Charizard because it is the most expensive card. My opinion right now, hold off on buying this card because if there's a reprint, it will dip. And then, you know what? Go for it at that point. Next up is the Venusaur EX, and a personal favorite of mine, not being biased of course. Right now, currently sitting at $40. It's a decent price, even without the reprint. But if there is a reprint, we'll probably see this one dip. I've been quite lucky with this card. I've pulled it 6 times. Yes, I've opened a lot of 151, and I've pulled this one 6 times, probably because the channel's name is TheRealVenusaur. I don't know if that plays any factor in this, but the point is that I really love this card. I'm happy that I pulled it so many times, and I really like the design. Him in some sort of garden or whatever it is, and it's right there. And again, you know, some people may say that, but Venusaur is also really small. I just like the way it looks a little bit more than the way the Charizard does. Again, decent price, same concept, hold off right now. Let's see what it will look like in the next month or two. Couple more cards to go. Blastoise EX here. So this one is a really nice card as well. I love the underwater concept. Again, this one is probably my favorite out of the big 3, and this one has averaged between a $56 to $40 card. Right now, currently sitting at about $47. So again, it is a little bit more expensive than the Venusaur. It's a little bit nicer than both the Venusaur and the Charizard. Again, just my opinion here. Looks like a Dark Blastoise from Team Rocket. Could pass off as one, right? And I like this card a lot. And I've pulled this one both in English and in Japanese. So I was pretty lucky with the Blastoise. Again, same concept. Hold off. Let's see what's going to happen here. It's pretty much stayed around the same price over the last few months. But again, we'll see probably a drop if the reprint happens. And the last card that we're going to be looking at today is the Zapdos EX. This one is a beautiful card with Moltres and Articuno. It's a fan favorite for a lot of folks who are collecting 151. It's probably one of the most favored cards actually between this goes between this one and the Charizard. And the reason is because it has all the other legendary birds. They're flying in the sky. It's a beautiful piece of art. And the price of this one was anywhere between $44 to $30. Currently sitting at $37. It's again still a decent price. If there is a reprint, we will see a little bit of a dip. I don't know how much of a dip we'll see because this is already pretty low, $37. Maybe we'll see it go to like 25, 30 bucks. Can't say for sure, but it may actually happen. So again, let's hold off on buying these cards right now. Just wanted to showcase what the prices are, and we'll see what the price looks like if that reprint happens on all of them. Anyways, folks, I hope you enjoyed this quick market update on Pokemon 151. Yes, there's going to be a reprint. That's my new opinion. I've changed it from no to yes, and that's probably because of what I saw on Reddit. I wanted to share that with all of you guys. Again, sometimes we make the wrong opinion here. It happens once in a while, but you know what? In this one, I'm kind of happy that I was wrong that they're not having the reprint because I get to open more 151 stuff with all of you beautiful people and enjoy it. We'll see which products will be reprinted. I think the ETB will be a reprint. I'm not too sure about the UPC as well as the mini booster bundle. And don't forget to drop a comment on what you think will be reprinted from Pokemon 151 if you have any ideas or have heard any news. Anyways, folks, if you like this content, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. My name's TRV, and we'll see you next time.